Are you interested to see what's been going on with the Sacramento real estate market? Well, in this video, I'm gonna do a breakdown on exactly what's been happening over the last year. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or just generally curious, I really hope this video brings value to you. Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam Golovey. I'm a real estate agent here in the Sacramento region. This channel is really dedicated to people who want to know more about Sacramento, want to know about the real estate, and of course, all the new construction going on in the area. Now let's get back to the video. So we're going to do a deep dive on the Sacramento County to give us a good idea of what's been going on with our local market. Now, as of December, the amount of homes for sale in Sacramento County was 950 homes. While that may seem like a lot, that's actually 32.7% less homes when we're comparing it to exactly 1 year ago. Now, when we're looking for the homes that sold, we had 644 homes sell. That's a 20.7% dip. Also, if we compare it to 1 year ago. So as you can see, we're definitely doing less volume in the Sacramento real estate market. Now, when it comes to months of inventory, this is just a good way to gauge of how much homes we actually have based on how many people are buying. So currently right now, we have 1.5 months worth of inventory, which is still very low. So as you can see, we're still really short on housing supply here in the Sacramento region. Now, a lot of people ask me, when are the homes finally going to be coming to the market? Well, as of now, we haven't seen a ton come back. In fact, we've been kind of shrinking with new listings coming to the market over the last few months. Now, the amount of homes coming to the market has definitely been steadily decreasing since about October, but I am expecting that in the springtime around April, May, we're probably going to start to see more inventory hit the market. Now, let's talk about sales volume. I want to bring up a stat that an appraiser brought up in our local market, and he writes, "Worst year ever of sales volume?" Yep. In 2023, we saw the lowest number of sales in Sacramento County in the past 2 decades. So overall, the sales volume in the Sacramento region has been extremely low, especially in 2023. And a lot of you guys saw that. Buyers were just not willing to deal with the high interest rates, and they have kind of held off on buying a home. And I'm sure many of you have saw that or experienced it. As we were in higher interest rate territory last year, many buyers were just not willing to commit to the higher payments. Although there's been a lot less volume, and you may think like, hey, there's not much action in the market, prices have relatively remained high, and I'll show you here. The median sold price for Sacramento County is $535,000. That's still an increase of 10.3% when we compare it to 1 year ago. Now, while prices have been all over the place, up and down, when we're just doing a year-over-year analysis, we're still higher by 10% in the market. Now, the average sold price is a little bit different. The average sold price in Sacramento County is $561,000. That's just an increase of about 5.5% when we're comparing it year over year. Now, the average price per square foot in Sacramento is $319. Again, even though that's been up and down as well, it's still 2.9% higher year over year. Now, one interesting thing that you need to know is that most homes are still selling for about 97% of the original sales price. Now, when it comes to pricing moving forward in 2024, we may see a small uptick in pricing for the spring market. As I mentioned, we're probably going to see more inventory come to the market, and it's just natural for the spring market to pick up and activity just starts to happen. People start buying more homes. So while we may see that uptick, the pricing for the rest of 2024 is really heavily going to be dependent on interest rates. Now, while a lot of people may be expecting interest rates to remain flat or maybe even drop throughout the year, there is still definitely the chance that interest rates might rise, causing prices to settle or even decrease. And I know a lot of people out there have been maybe mentioning that there's going to be a crash and 2024 is going to be a horrible market. While there may be a slim chance of that, as I've showed you earlier, there's still really low inventory in the market. So we've kind of seen this interesting change in the marketplace where we still have high prices, high rates, and prices haven't necessarily settled down that much as people have been saying. So I don't necessarily think that there's going to be a crash. There could be adjustments in pricing, but as far as the low inventory goes, it would be hard to say that we're going to have a huge supply of homes hitting the market anytime soon. Now, you might be asking, who on earth is buying with these high interest rates in the marketplace? Well, based on sacrealtor.org, they're actually saying that almost 20% of all the transactions that happened in November were all cash. 59% of all the transactions were conventional loans, and 14% of all the transactions were FHA loans. So as you can see, that 20% of cash buyers is still a good chunk of people buying in this market. Now, I do want to make a clear mention here that it's not just cash buyers or people using conventional loans and whatnot. One thing that's been really active in the marketplace that I'm sure you've heard of if you watch my channel is new construction has still been very hot this last year. And the reason being, a lot of builders have pivoted and started to incentivize heavily for their new construction homes. So it was very common to see some builders incentivizing 5.99% interest rates, 5.75% interest rates, or sometimes even lower. And those brought in a lot of buyers on those special homes and those special deals in the new construction space. So moving forward for 2024, I think new construction homes are still going to be very hot and trending. I'm just not sure if they're going to keep those incentives or those big interest rate buy downs going forward. Now, how long does it actually take to sell a home in this market? The average days on the market in Sacramento County is 29 days. Now, that is definitely longer than years past when we were known for having homes sell in the first couple days, in the first week with multiple offers. Now, while that may still be happening on certain homes that are priced right in a great location, most homes are still taking about a month on average to sell, and some even taking a few months to sell if there's some particulars with the home and it's just not as attractive to the home buyers. Now, when it comes to the day-to-day activity in the Sacramento real estate market, I really think that every real estate professional in our market is probably going to give you a little bit of a different story. So in this video, it was kind of my goal to bring up some stats, some data, and my personal take on what I'm seeing in the real estate space. But at the end of the day, you should take all the information you can and make your own perspective on what's going on in the Sacramento real estate market. So if you're thinking about selling at all this year, or you have plans to do so, this is what I would do. I would plan a few months in advance. I would start prepping your home now. And the reason I say that is buyers more than ever are starting to get a little bit more picky about the house they're buying. If they're gonna be dealing with these higher interest rates and still high prices, they want to make sure that the home they're buying is really a good fit and worth the money. So more than ever, especially in the last 6 to 12 months, I've seen more negotiations than I have for the last 2 or 3 years. So that being said, as a seller, you should expect to be a little bit more flexible. Get the property ready while you can. Make sure to get it all spruced up and beautiful and in its best light before going on the market. I think long are the days of just letting it sell as is and still get top dollar. While that's still an opportunity out in the marketplace, why not make an extra dollar? Why not make top dollar in this market? And if there's ever any way that we can help you out with that, we'd be happy to do a free consultation call and show you exactly what you should do to sell that home for top dollar in this market. Now, if I was a buyer, this is some things that I'd be looking out for. Right now, more than ever, it's still super negotiable to buy a home. If you're out in the marketplace, expect spring to get a little bit hotter. And if spring starts picking up, the incentives and all the deals in the marketplace are going to start to shrink naturally. So if you are a buyer and you're looking over the next few months, I would probably start looking now while we're still in this slower winter season, because a lot of sellers still want to sell their properties, and make sure that you're going to be going out there and getting the deal while you can. One final thing is I want to bring up the rising home insurance rates. Now, this is something that's affecting California and some other states like Florida, but a lot of insurance carriers have started to leave California. And that being said, we're probably expecting to see those home insurance premiums increase. That's probably going to change affordability a little bit this year for some of the home buyers. So make sure that you're getting quotes before moving forward on a home and really see where your payments are at on that home. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this Sacramento real estate market update. I hope it's been a huge benefit to you. My goal is to always provide value to you guys that are watching this channel. And if you wouldn't mind, share it with someone who you think would benefit from watching a video like this. And also, if there's ever any way that we can be a real estate resource for you here in Sacramento, please reach out to us down below. You can always give us a quick call or text, and we'd be happy to set up a consultation call with you. Thanks so much for watching again. I'll see you on the next one.